Hello viewers, today I have with me Mitel 5360 IP phone, and I have it working on my freepbx setup. So I am going to demonstrate this, and I will also link some files in the description. Where you can, so that you can get this set up for your freepbx system. Now, the reason I chose this phone is because I wanted to see how good these ones are, because my college currently uses these. So, and also the 550 or 6900 series. And so I kind of wanted to see how good these are, just in their own, in my own environment. So, as they don't have these ones in particular, they have the 5320s, 5330s, and that sort of thing. They might have had these at one point, but but a lot of the touchscreen phones and stuff, they've upgraded to the 6900 series. So anyway, let's boot this phone up. You can see it go through the boot up process. If you look over here, you can also see when it starts pulling data. Alright. You can see it just grabbed the config, and also over here. There we go. So as you can see, we're connected. You've already have seen this. So let me dial into it. Let me dial this right here. I'm gonna mute it before I get too much feedback. So as you can see, now this is all working. I haven't programmed any of these yet. Just hold. Let me transfer it.
Transfer.
I transferred it, and I'll transfer it back. And now I have to call back. So yeah, the functions are working. Voicemail also works. Voicemail also works. Maybe I have to leave a voicemail.
Call.
You're very annoying. Hold on.
Call forward on. No answer. 4. Extension 60. Cancel.
I don't. it and let it go to voicemail. Sorry. I tried to do direct to voicemail, but it interferes with another feature code, so.
The person at extension 5360 is unavailable. Please leave your message after the tone.
Test message 123, test message 123, thank you, goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
So as you can see, now it says new messages and this light is blinking. You have one new message. Press 1 for new. Something I mentioned about, I don't know why it does that. I don't know if it does that over the handset. Well, my handset's not even plugged into the right port. Hold on one moment. Alright, plug the handset back into the right port.
Messages. Press 2.
I don't know why it's doing that. It's doing that on the handset too.
Option. Press 0. First message.
Test message 123, test message 123, thank you, goodbye.
Press 3 for advanced. Message deleted. No more messages. Press 3. Goodbye.
Maybe it's the file on the server. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, that's voicemail. Trying to think what else I can show. But anyway, now I'm going to insert a cut here into how I configured it. So stay tuned. Alright, so this is going to be showing how I converted the phone and downgraded the phone and whatever. So your first step is going to be, you might have to downgrade the phone, especially if you want to use this web portal config, because after this version of firmware, it stops work. The web portal doesn't work anymore. So on the web archive, I've posted this the zip folder containing a bunch of different firmwares for the phones that would be needed. And we'll go through this in just a second. So you do need a TFTP server for this to work. SolarWinds is one that the one that I'm using. Something I'm going to mention is, and this stumped me up until today, when you're doing with SolarWinds, you need to make sure that you open port 69 on the computer. In Windows Firewall, so that you can actually access the TFTP server. Otherwise, you cannot access the TFTP server. So you'd go into Windows Defender Firewall config, and in your inbound rules, you'd add a port. You'd add a rule and set it to a port, or however you want to configure that. Anyway, the next step would be to download this zip file and extract the contents into the TFTP root directory. So whatever your root directory on your TFTP server is set to, you extract it to there. Now there's an entire list of steps you need to do on the phone itself. So power on, holding the volume up, down buttons. So it's the up and down keys on the phone. While it's powering on, as you plug it in, make sure you're holding those buttons and hold them until the screen comes up. It'll prompt you for some things, so you want to say no to network settings, no to network parameters, no to hardware config. Make sure phone mode is set to MyNet.
Then accept the change, store changes, and reboot. When the phone is rebooting, again, hold the up-down key. I don't know what happened here on this website after the phone has booted. If you cannot set your DHCP server options, so let me show you what you'd have to set. You'd have to put this string into option 43, but you would change this with your DHCP or your TFTP server address, and you put this in with your freepbx address or whatever. But you basically put this code in, and this allows you to this directs it to the TFTP server without having to configure this. But I guess if you need to, you can go into teleworker, config teleworker, on delete new, you configure a bunch of stuff here. The DHCP option is the most easiest option. You can also set it a static IP, and you can also set the TFTP server then. You store the changes, the phone will reboot, and then it will install the firmware once it connects to the TFTP server. After the firmware is installed, phone will reboot. Hold up and down buttons. Network parameter, you go back into protocols and change it to SIP. You reboot the phone, and you can do this here to enable the web server, but I have an easier method of enabling the web server. So once you do that, you go into your TFTP server and you put this in as a mn_generic .cfg. It has to be like this because that's what the phone looks for. Then this is what enables the web server, and you can configure the phone from the web server. Again, once it downgrades to this, then you should be able to do it. The username on this is admin, and the password is the phone model number. So like, 5320E or 5360 or things like that. What else? So you paste that in. Now, if you want to configure the phone with TFTP, here is what you will need, and I will put this file into onto the Internet Archive as well. So so in your user list, this is the part you have to modify, by the way. User list 5360. In fact, I might just take everything out and just put in the user list config on just how to configure this. You configure your ID, so that's what the username, display name, that's what it shows on the phone. The password, the auth name, you do have to put this in. Leave realm blank. Registration server is your freepbx server. You use your freepbx port. Proxy server, freepbx is your freepbx server. Proxy port 5060. VM server star 97 at 10.67. Well, that's my freepbx server. So you do star 67 at your freepbx server. Voicemail port 5060. VMS scheme 2. Make sure these are all set to 2 because that's UDP. Out server, I don't know if you have to set this. FreePBX server. Out port ring line. and a bunch of other options here. So I will copy this blurb into a file and put it on the Internet Archive, and I will link that as well. As well as the mn_generic duct tape. So how you set this is you do mn_ the phone's MAC address .cfg. And it'll pull from that file and set it. So you make sure you prefix it with model 5360. Same here, except I got it wrong. I had a typo, but anyway, once you do that, it should register. And that should basically set you on your way. There's more options here that you could set up, and if maybe you want me to do a video on those, I can do that. But other than that, oh, you might have to set your line keys as well. So in this case, you would replace the user ID with the user ID of, you'd replace it with this, the ID. I'm going to mark in here also where you need to do this, and then this is where you'd program your BLFs and stuff like that. So, other than that, that's how you do it. Thank you for watching this section. Now we're going to go to the ending of the video. Sorry, I'm kind of a little bit tired right now, but yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else I should say before I end this here. If you have any questions about it, leave a comment and I can look at it and maybe see if I can find some information for you about it. Anyway, back to the past, because I recorded this in the I recorded this later from the actual camera parts. Anyway.
Well, that's all I have for you today. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Check out my affiliate links. Comment if you have any suggestions. And other than that, thank you for watching. Have a good day.